Hello friends, welcome back live in the Golden Tee Lounge. Kevin Lindsay here. Thank you for joining us. It's been quite a long time, but it is very important that we are all here today because it is the Golden Tee PGA Tour 2022 Ship Day, which means it is time for us to get into some of these new courses. Now, I'm just going to be a tease here, and we're going to play some of these courses through in casual, and then when time allows, we'll get into it. But for Golden Tee PGA Tour 2022 cabinets that will receive the update, goes out today. It has already left our offices, and locations around the Midwest will potentially start seeing them tomorrow afternoon. But also, realistically, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is when you'll see a majority of those updates installed. These are the courses that are launching with PGA Tour 2022. Easter Island, Petra, Niran Yoru, Hollywood Hills, and of course TPC Scottsdale. So, with TPC Scottsdale being the exclusive course here for PGA Tour 2022, it's only fitting that we start there. Alright, so in case you've been living under some form of a rock and have not been paying attention to all of our social media, our web stories, our newsletters, our everything, TPC Scottsdale, the stadium course, home of the Waste Management Phoenix Open, every February. It is one of the bigger party tournaments of the year, hole 16, the signature hole. Plenty of fun Golden Tee-esque celebrations when it's come to people hitting hole-in-ones on that hole. If you've never had the chance to get there and enjoy that, highly, highly recommend it. I did it a few years ago. It was a really fun experience. But now you can play a form of that course in Golden Tee PGA Tour 2022. Now, of course, it's going to look a little different because you don't have all the grandstands and whatnot. Todd, yes, it is very long overdue. I honestly don't remember the last time that I've done a live stream in the lounge. It's been a long time. There's a lot going on, lots of crazy stuff. Hole out? Oh, thought I was going to get lucky there, but I really appreciate all you guys joining here today. We're going to do this all week. We're going to do it all next week. We're going to do it the following week for when Golden Tee 2022 updates ship for the Legacy Golden Tee Live games as well. So if you have an appetite for Golden Tee content, and of course I know you guys all do, feel free to join us every single day this week. We'll probably try to get Adam in here, maybe a few other people throughout the dev team, although they are pretty busy still. And I'm the one that has the luxury of live streaming Golden Tee for your entertainment, for my own entertainment, as part of work. But let's see how things go here in Arizona. GoldenTee.com/locations. Find a 2022 PGA Tour game near you starting tomorrow. The icon on the PGA Tour and the Golden Tee Live Caddy apps will be updated to reflect the newer game is at a location. That marquee banner will also be updated to say 2022 as well. So once you see that gray background Golden Tee PGA Tour 2022 logo, you know that location has the newest update installed. Caesar, that's the plan, unless I get hit by a truck in the next day or two, which hopefully, knock on wood, doesn't happen. But yes, live every day this week for Ship Week. Once actually cabinets start getting out in the field, we may switch over and play in production just to get a lay of the land to see what kind of competition is out there. I wasn't trying to do whatever I just did, which I think I discovered a fun little ramp. Wasn't trying to do that, but I guess it worked out. Now, the problem with my videos is that my chipping lately has been awful. And so, hopefully, it's a little bit better for these live streams, but we'll see. Alex, I just saw your message as well. Hold on, is this going to go in? Nope. Yeah, I mean, it's been over 20 years that the competitive scene of Golden Tee has been going on. Power Events just had their Florida... the Florida Open not too long ago, a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it there because I finally had a bout with COVID. But I know that everyone there had a really good time. The last couple of years, it's been 150 on average, 150 people, if not more. We had 230, I want to say, in Austin, Texas for the end of the year tournament last December. Man, this chipping is real awful still. Yeah, Alex. Okay, Backstreet Bar. Okay, New Hampshire. Richard King, Mr. Golden Tee TV, hanging out with us as well. I don't know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who might be from out there. And again, I know so many players from the last 10 years of hanging out and playing in Golden Tee tournaments, but it's hard to keep track of where everyone lives. So, Rick, the the UI is only updated for PGA Tour, so the Golden Tee Live will still have the green UI from a few years ago. And again, for all of you that are just joining now, we are here. We are playing in casual mode because, of course, I have to just be, you know, a tease to everybody because you guys have been waiting so long for me to get back into lounge and streaming. I'm also going to blame the 5-iron as the reason I can't chip very well, even though we know that's not the case. But yeah, Alex, make sure you join Golden Tee Fan, the Facebook group. Plenty of players out there. Good chance to get maybe in some leagues. Potentially see you out at a new tournament in the coming future. Alright, now we are going to play every single course that launches this week with PGA Tour 2022. So, bare minimum, we're going to get 5 games played today. Hopefully, my scores are at least decent, but that remains to be seen. Alright, just want to make sure I'm getting all the latest comments here. Again, as part of the fact that it's been a little while. Actually, let's make sure we get our friends on Golden Tee Fan. I'll pull this up here too. Let's see. And if all of you guys are joining us, whether it's Twitch, Facebook, Golden Tee Fan, YouTube, whatever the case, appreciate it. Now that, thought I had a good bounce there. So Caesar, it's TPC Scottsdale, it's Petra, it's Easter Island, it's Hollywood Hills, and the 5th one is escaping me. It's not New Orleans, it's not Champ, it's not... Petra, Hollywood Hills, Easter Island. Dang it, I can't remember it now. I've been so scatterbrained going up to this because it's been so long. I don't even want to put a time frame on how long it's been. It's just been so busy here where I record a video and I'm like, okay, perfect. Enjoy, everybody. Get out of here. Thank you, Luke. It is Tokyo. Nirhan Yoru. Rick, the plan is to be in St. Louis. I don't know if I've ever missed. I think maybe one year when I was still in college I missed a St. Louis tournament. But I really appreciate everything that Power Events does out there, especially when it's out, in their home base of St. Louis. Finally, some GSPs. All right, I'm taking these sandals off. So if I screw up, that's my excuse. All right, so a handful of questions as more and more of you join in, which is great. Come on, give me some love. And by love, I mean a hole-in-one and not a great shot. So, Mark, to answer your question, I don't have a good answer on how long it'll be until we see a PGA Tour Home Edition. You know, we're still dealing with supply chain issues and production all across that front. Still thousands of games that we need to get made and get out to the operators and the commercial locations. Realistically, with the information I have as of this morning, I'd say probably beginning of next year. But I can't say for 100% certain because that's more of a Josh pick question. Same with Adam. And it really, what I say now is not going to matter as much because sometimes these conversations change relatively quickly. Drew, TPC courses are exclusive to the PGA Tour cabinet, so if you have a Golden Tee Home Edition now, you will not have access to play the PGA Tour courses. You will have to, PGA Tour TPC courses will be exclusive to that cabinet. So you'd have to be at a commercial location playing on a PGA Tour cabinet, or, you know, when we release a home edition, have that at your place. Luke, 2023 comes out in about a year. Rick, honestly, I'm not 100% sure because we've had to do a handful of hardware changes, or not necessarily changes, just I couldn't tell you what's actually in these right now because as soon as I start to learn them, we've got to change things up. Yeah, and honestly, Mark, I wish we had a better answer because even when we were at the PGA Merchandise Show earlier in the year, we were telling people hopefully late summer. And that's honestly how quickly things can change. Now, on the other side of that, the flip side, it can change in a positive way as well. But realistically, if I had to put money on it, oh, wow. Exactly what I didn't want to happen. I need them to bring back mulligans. But yeah, I would have to say the beginning of 2023 is probably more realistic. Well, I guess at least I saved it for a birdie, whatever that really means. Now, speaking of Home Edition, other updates on that front, before I forget. So, PGA Tour updates shipped out of our warehouses today in 2 weeks and a day because of the holiday. On May 31st, Golden Tee Live updates will start shipping. And so those existing cabinets that are already out there will start to receive, operators will get those update sticks and start to get those games updated starting on June 1st, which is a Wednesday. Oh, look at that. It actually kind of worked out. And Tug of Time, yeah, so right now, I believe, I'm not 100% certain, the machine records do reset because with the rebuild, the complete rebuild of all these courses, there is not a really good, at least from what I understand, there's not a really good way to save those scores. But I can look into that and see what they say. Let's see. Although I can't tell, for some reason, oh, you know, that's why, because I'm not actually on Golden Tee, fan. I was on Golden Tee. So I know somebody just asked a question. Okay, Brad asked. Ha! Very ironic that it be Brad asking. So the design hole is actually on Norderline this year. So a little bit of time before you guys get access to that course. But it may be the best, worst design hole winner we've ever had. And I say that with utmost respect to Brad. I just mean with his design combined with the GT course team, it's probably the hardest drivable par 4 that I can think of. And I'm talking like, like almost 26 years. And so it's definitely going to be worth the wait. I shouldn't have hit that. Oh, I went through a tree. Thanks for that. And I'm still going to probably end up in the water. Mark, so Home Edition updates actually start shipping on June 6th. So if you have a Home Edition and you haven't ordered the update already, go to goldentee.com/home. You can put in your cabinet ID number if you are online. If you're offline, you'll have to give our home sales team and our customer service team a call. But those are actually shipping out on June 6th, which is like a little bit less than a week after the Golden Tee Live Legacy updates ship out. Yes, Todd, I 100% agree. It has been a long time since I've hit a hole-in-one. Let's see. I'll just go ahead and make that happen for you right now. No spin or anything, just natural. Look at that. He calls his shot. Sorry, stream's over. Goodbye. He calls the shot. I never even put my initials in. I was too busy talking to you guys. We just skipped it. I hit a hole-in-one. I don't think we can play anymore. Sorry, guys. See you later. I actually should send this to YouTube, but because it's my first 2022 ace. It's actually funny. I don't like. I joke all the time about like, oh, let me call my shot, and then I don't ever hit it. But that's actually pretty amazing. The other thing we have not talked about yet. Thanks, everybody. See, this is why I enjoy this stuff. Get out of the trees. Get out of the trees. Out of the trees. In the rough still. Not going to be fun. The other thing we haven't talked too much about yet, and this will come tomorrow. Stay up there, out of the sand. That's okay. Is bounty holes. So we'll have a list tomorrow of all the bounty holes. We'll give out, $25 gift cards to the first hole-in-ones on, certain drivable par 4s, but also the semi-unattainable shots. We have no problem putting a couple $100 on a gift card for that because it's happened before. It's something that we've done the last couple of years. It's been a lot of fun. One of the things I started talking about earlier and I got sidetracked was the course changes. This is probably the biggest update to the courses we've ever done, and I'm not just talking about the 10 courses that are coming to Golden Tee 2022 between the originals, the remasters, and the TPC courses. What I'm talking about is, the 95 plus original courses going all the way back to Golden Tee Live 2005. Those have been updated. A lot of like the old collision issues, T marker fixes. So what's a good example? Oh, it's from 2007. Jeff Sudiak would know this because he's always talking to me about this course. I was really hoping for back-to-back hole-in-ones, but that was a terrible shot. I'm going to hate myself, but after like 26 years, all these courses, I can't remember. But anyways, there's a couple of real big tree fixes the course team put in. And so whether you're playing on a PGA Tour 22 or a Golden Tee Live 22, a lot of those course fixes and tree fixes and Invisaleafs and all that stuff will go back all the way to the original courses to get fixed. Now, that's not going to go anywhere but the water. That's okay. We are playing in casual again because I'm a big old tease. That's okay. Also, Rosama, not sure who you are, but I appreciate you joining regardless of the thoughts. You know, I would say 100,000 plus people play this game all the time, if not more. You know, I would say don't knock it until you try it. You know, we had a console game back in the day, but at its core, Golden Tee is meant to be a trackball arcade game. Good friend Dave Sandmeyer, just happy to see you as well. Always a good time when you're around. Alright, lots of comments at once, which is always great. I brought a couple extra bottles of water. Is Todd still here? I think I owe him another hole-in-one. Oh, come on. Almost had it. Now I'm just being funny. But, alright, so is there a plan to have Legacy Casual play green slopes as severe as PGA slopes of casual? So, I can't see who it is for some reason. It just says Facebook user. But what I would suggest is reaching out to us via our website contact forms. Because if you're using casual for a league, please hit the green. Oh, look at that. I got a suggestion. I know, so I'm assuming you're probably using casual because not everybody has an online account. But if you reach out to us, we have lock condition cards. I actually have some right here. Lock condition cards that you guys, we use them at all the national tournaments and at Worlds. Players use them to run their own tournaments casually on a weekend or a league. But basically, it makes sure that every single player that swipes in with that card plays on the same wins, the same pins, the same tees. Look at that. Save. Oh, just kidding. That went from really good to really awful. And it's just going to get worse. That's okay, though. Easy scoop right out of the sand bunker there. But I will check on the casual slopes because I do know it was a conversation that came up a handful of times, and I believe they are on the same playing field now, but I am not 100% sure. And yeah, Gravy Beast, this is interesting for sure. It's a tough one. Sweet. Glad you saw it, Todd. I'm not going to call this one because it's not probably going to make it there. Woo! Dave Sandmeyer, miss you too, my friend. Kev Grant, glad to hear that you put a down payment on a home edition. Can't wait for you to join. Hopefully, you get that game soon and can get access to that 2022 update and the new courses. Oh, that was actually not bad a bounce. Mark, just your opinion, but curious what you think was. What is the hardest course in Golden Tee history, and what is the easiest? The easiest is actually harder than you'd think. I don't have a good answer on that one. I would say Southern Oaks from 2011. I believe 2011 is the year that course came out. That one is really tricky. It's not as bad with clubs, with the option to use tees on those older courses. But But easiest course, I don't know. And Jason, I wouldn't necessarily agree that that Baja is the easiest. Although the newer courses, obviously the last couple of years, are a bit easier. I don't know if there's a good answer to that. You know, we may have to do a Facebook poll on that. Alright, so now we are off to Petra. Again, I'm a terrible human being, so we're still playing casual. Oh, look at that. First missed putt, and it only took hole 2. Mark, I'm not sure which Cove course you're talking about. Cypress is along, was 2008. Royal Cove is probably the one you're thinking of, from 2012, maybe? But Royal Cove is definitely an extremely tough one. If the moon were made of cheese, would you eat it? I don't know, Josh. That's a lot of cheese. Alright, I hope Jim Z doesn't get too mad at me at giving away all of his secrets here. Although, you've got to play that shortcut a little bit easier than I did. And not every shortcut is necessarily a good one. ...2011. Okay, yeah. I knew it was 11 or 12. Thank you. And Gravy Beast, yes, you're absolutely welcome, my friend. Hole out? Oh. CJ Johnson, will the other clothing options eventually be available for casual play? I believe they will. I'm not sure if they're set up for this year's courses or not. I'll have to check. But yeah, we all agree there's definitely a lack of clothing in casual, but you can eliminate that very easily by playing online. Just saying. But also kidding, because I understand that. Yes, Rick, I was just going to bring that up. We forgot to do that last year. I will gladly do that in St. Louis. The other thing that's interesting this year is that, of course, we've got, the expansion of Jim Z's new tee box marker system. And there's also not just one release of new tees, but multiple as part of the Club Pass seasons. So, with these courses now, I don't know the exact number, but there is so many different tee and pin positions with every single box that you may see. And so, obviously, some of them will be, okay, instead of the pin being here on the tee box, it's over here. But some of them may completely change things up. Not necessarily at launch will you get that many much variety of completely unique ones, but that's what the different seasons are for. What I also really use is a tee that I don't get in casual, so I kind of deserve that one. I kind of put myself in that spot. Jason, we'll talk about money shot events and 9-hole events in a future time. Those don't come out for a little while. I know we've been working on it for a while, but those ones will be fun. So Caesar, I'm confused. So yes, these are so Petra in Tokyo. These are The fantasy course is created by Jim Z and the course team. The first course we played on the stream was TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. So there's 3 existing PGA Tour courses from 2021, and that is TPC Deer Run, TPC Boston, and TPC Sawgrass. And then this year we've got TPC Potomac, and then TPC Louisiana. Clearly I haven't talked this much in a while. Already losing the voice, already making terrible shot mistakes, but that one kind of worked out for me, I guess. The rocks with the assist there. Pro tip, if you bounce it off these rocks on Petra, you do still keep your spin. Brian V, yes, so the grid in the tee box is used for when you're placing a Golden Tee, which is exclusive to the online play. Alright, let's see if we can sneak this 3-iron in. Wow, did he actually almost do it? I'm proud of me. Shot points? Look at that. Wow, great shot points and sort of called it. Mark, to your question, the play live in real time against somebody in another cabinet, I would say probably. I just don't know realistically when. I mean, it's such a massive undertaking. And it's a bit easier now that we have no more sprint modems to deal with, because that was the massive issue before. Because, you know, although the home edition base is large, you know, to take a significant amount of time to develop that for a small subset of cabinets just wasn't feasible. But now that we've got the sprint issues subsided, where everything is Wi-Fi or hardwired, it's a bit different. I can tell you right now, it's not in the plans for the time being. You know, but those can change over the next couple of years as the team grows and things like that. Sorry, Caesar, I'm not really sure I understood what your question was then about real courses. All right, now hole 14, this par 3, this is a lot of fun. When I first saw this hole, I was very excited, because to me, I was like, this is going to be YouTube shot heaven. Might need to get them to move that wall back a little closer. Hey, that's good. Look at that, chipped through the invisible, semi-invisible wall. Alright, so some of you guys that are on Facebook, with the way Restream works, it just says Facebook user. But somebody said happy birthday to the mouth, so I believe he is in here. He might just be under Facebook user and not, his name must not be popping up. But happy birthday to a good friend, a hell of a lot better player and a streamer. But you guys got me for at least a few more courses. So Marines GT, so lock conditions, essentially when you are at the game in a track mode, you just hit the keypad, and then it gives you the option to put in a lock conditions code, and then the lock conditions have a section that says lock conditions code that you just type that in, and it will automatically set up those lock conditions for you. Ah, that was terrible. Rick, so yes, right now the pricing is set on PGA Tour games. It is fixed pricing, and then they're kind of discussing what they're going to do with the live games out there. The reason being is because it's a long, complicated thing, but a lot of it has to do with see, Jimsy's definitely going to yell at me for giving this away. Oh, look at that. I made a putt. Finally broke 20 under in casual. All right, let's go Hollywood Hills. Yeah, Mark, hopefully someday, you know, it is definitely on our bucket wish list. It's just, you know, if I had to get down to it, it's something to be very expensive to implement, to create and implement. And I just don't know if the value would be there in terms of the return on the investment. It's still absolutely an important thing that I think we will get to at some point. I just don't have a good frame of when that would be. So Hollywood Hills, if you have not seen anything about it, it's Bel Air, California. Very exclusive country club style course. I wouldn't say they're the biggest hills that you've ever had to deal with in Golden Tee, but they're pretty. They do get in the way a little bit. Let's see. Brian, I am not ready for that. And you know what? It was more of a thing a while ago, and the conversation hasn't died down, but it's not come up as much as I thought it would, honestly. Thanks, Gravy. Yeah, I did notice that too. I think that is the case on some of those for some reason. Probably putting this right in the sand, but that's okay. Just a bit short. It's a good one, Todd. Okay, so a few more questions. So, Todd, it depends on when that was. I haven't played a lot recently, but I did finally get my home edition back up and running. I haven't been online yet, so I'm not. It probably wasn't me, but I'm gonna have to go ban whoever that was, since they're stealing the People's Champs nickname. Only kidding, of course, for those of you that don't know me. But that is fun if somebody is using that nickname. We'll just have to see who the better one is. Let's see. So the swiping lock conditions. So yeah, it's always going to give different sets of tees and pins between the different years of Golden Tee. But with between PGA Tour and Golden Tee Live, as long as they're the same year, there's no issues there. Oh, I needed a little bit more of a hop. Yes, Petra is a lot of fun. And honestly, like, these couple of games that you're going to see me play here and over the next few days, they're really just barely scratching Look at that. Wow, we're just going to hole out a bunch of stuff, but when it comes to actually doing it, and when it matters, it's probably not going to happen. This is a rarity. It's because we haven't streamed in like 9 months or something like that. I'll just say it before somebody else says it. It's because he's playing casual. Off the hill here, I will YouTube this one if it somehow makes it in the hole. Oh, it stopped on there, damn it. Todd, the other question. I really am actually enjoying the new car. I never thought I'd be doing buying an all-electric car, but I'm driving 100 miles a day and putting $50-something in gas in my car every 3 days wasn't really worth it. And that was before gas went up like 70 cents in Chicago, so I like it. You think they will ever add a golf cart bonus level? That's actually a very interesting question. I think that would be hilarious if they were to do something like that. Rod, exactly. Not every shortcut's going to be great, although most of them are. It just depends on the shot you hit. Oh, I thought I missed that. Sweet. Let's see. I thought I was going to get lucky with the 2-iron. I just hit it way too soft. Don't mind me. I'm just working while sort of already working. I need a bite, not backspin. Todd, I would say anything's possible in the world of Golden Tee, but it is very expensive license. So that's the problem. You know, we were just talking about shortcuts. It's the problem with shortcuts. They're great when they work, but if you don't hit it perfectly, you're going to have some issues. Alright, I'm feeling another hole out here. We're going to take a chance. I'm going to hit a really terrible club and just put it right in the water. Perfect. Can we save par? Nope. All right, let's see. Now, I did mention this earlier, like the hills of Hollywood Hills, they do get in the way a little bit. They're not as bad, but on some of these holes, you're really going to, or excuse me, on some of these courses, you're really going to have to mess around with the bags and the club sets that you use. This one, I say I really enjoy this par 5, and until I actually end up hitting that hill and I go into the water. That's when I'm probably going to have a really, really bad time. Alright, now here we made it to hole 18. 19 under. Can I make it to 20, or am I going to put this in the water? Preferably making it to 21 because I put this in the hole. Hey, don't get wet. That's perfect. I'm happy with that. I guarantee you, me going dry on this hole is probably like 3 out of 10 times. And this is the first time I've actually played through this course all the way. So 21 under with a couple of mistakes here and there. Nothing too crazy, too bad. And now we get to Easter Island as we close things out here. Now again, this first day is just some casual love here, but all week long we're going to be live streaming. Shadex and Michael Evans, no time frame on the new Golden Tee goes right now. Those things even though screenless ones use the same hardware as PGA Tour and all of our other products, so unfortunately that one's kind of pushed back for the time being. So right now the only ones that are out there are I believe the Corona branded ones for their giveaways. Oh, look at that. We're already missing putts. What is it with hole 2? Hole 2 and I just don't get along. Hole 2 and 3 I'm just missing putts left and right on. Now, these statues are great, and they're going to be great until they get in my way. They will probably create some really fun YouTube shots that I'm looking forward to, some bounty hole shots, but it is going to be they're going to be a pain in everyone's rear end. I will tell you that. I haven't hit too many of them yet. But the key word is yet. I'll be honest, somebody bringing up the 7 Wonders of the World mini golf course from Overboard was not something I had thought that anybody would be bringing up anytime soon, nor did I remember it, but I really appreciate you, Cybermind, for doing that. That made me chuckle a little bit more than it probably should have. All right, now this is hole 6. This is just such a massive monstrosity. The use of a high tee is going to be really good here. Now the problem is if you do like what I did and you go too far, you get stuck in heavy rough, and then you hit a tree, and then you end up in this really deep, terrible sand pit. This could be a hole-in-one. Maybe? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Now, the fun thing, and, you know, of course, Jim Z's done a massively wonderful job, a great job of this over the years. Well, I take that back because I don't know why that just literally rolled into the water. That's awful. But the shortcuts on this course are a lot of fun. Minus, you know, when whatever just happened, just happened. Probably, I was waiting for that to hole out to give me the eagle just to spite me. Oh, I was really looking forward to the off the rock wall bounce, but so for those of you that are just joining us, or maybe didn't hear it in the beginning, just want to go over everything. 2022 PGA Tour updates left our warehouses today. Those will start to get installed as early as tomorrow morning. And then, but mostly, more realistically, is going to be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, especially for our friends on the East and the West Coast. Daily contest and money shot will be turned off on those games until until June 1st. But we'll get all this stuff on Livewire as well, so you guys can check it out. But the important thing is that you can start going to goldentee.com/locations in the next 24 hours and really start seeing some of those PGA Tour 2022 updates pop up. And as fun as like the beginning parts of Easter Island are, realistically, the last like 4 or 5 holes completely change the game when it comes to this course. Chris, Home Edition updates ship on June 6th. They start shipping on June 6th. So if you've gotten in on the first shipment, so as long as you've ordered your update already, you will be on that first shipment that will go out. But yes, it's a few weeks away. They'll start shipping out on that Monday. The left slope greens are just killing me here. Can't get anything to drop, but that's all right. All right, hole 15 here. Short par 4. Absolutely welcome. Kind of get a sneak peek at some of the rest of the course there, but we won't talk about too much. You'll just have to experience it here pretty soon. Doesn't seem like a tough hole until you accidentally don't get far enough right. I thought I was actually going to have a trouble there, but I got enough of a kick off that rough on the green. Mr. Peter, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Oh, come on. I needed another one. Jack, Even if there was, do you think I would tell you here? No, these courses have been vetted, and there is a day one patch that'll add some fixes for various things that have come up, but everything is pretty rock solid. Hole 17, this par 5, it's pretty massive. I don't like laying up, so I'm just going to go ahead and just rock. Oh, and see, what you don't want to do is get too cocky with it like I did, because I haven't played this since it's been updated. And it goes in the water. And it's going to go in the water again because I didn't pay attention to the drop spot. So always pay attention to where your ball is being dropped. Whether in real golf or Golden Tee, it is going to make a difference. Well, I think that's the first bogey I've had. So, I mean, maybe there's something to celebrate there. Brian, Designer Hole is on Norderline, one of the time-release courses. All right, we're going to try to sneak in a 3-wood here around these guys. Off the wall, maybe? Off the wall, but not as much. All right, well, there you have it. A quick, casual round on our 5 launch courses for Golden Tee PGA Tour 2022 update. Hitting locations as early as Tuesday afternoon, goldentee.com/locations. Thank you to all of you that have joined over the last hour. I know it has been quite a long time, and we will make sure now that some of the chaos is getting is going away with updates being here, we'll be back in the lounge more often than not. But all week, this week, next week, and the following week, plenty of Golden Tee live streams. So make sure you're staying tuned to goldentee.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, Twitter and Instagram, all that. Any questions, goldentee.com, click on that, contact us, let us know how we can help, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.